Hey there, welcome back to Root River Rod Co.'s YouTube channel. My name is Philip, and today we got something special for you. We're going to continue on in our Midge series and show you guys how to tie a moose mane midge emerger. This fantastic pattern mimics midges stuck in the surface film, which trout can't resist. Using a couple unique materials, such as moose mane, and a clever technique with the hackle, we're going to create a fly that's not only effective, but it's fun to tie. So let's grab our vise and dive in. Moose mane midge emerger uses a paraloop technique for a more pronounced silhouette on the water. In the vise we have a Firehole 315 clinkhammer hook in size 18, Vivus 14-knot black thread spooled in the bobbin. We have some moose mane, .6X tippet, grizzly hackle feathers, well, just one, peacock curl, and some UV resin. Start off by securing our thread on top of the shank in line with the hook point and trim off the tag end. We're going to flatten the thread out by spinning our bobbin counterclockwise, and we're going to proceed to make smooth touching wraps deep into the bend of the hook. We're going to take one dark and one white moose fiber, align them by the tips, and then tie them in by the tips. With flat thread, make smooth touching wraps forward, creating a tapered underbody back up to our tie-in point. Moose mane has a natural taper and a color fade, which results in an ultra-realistic segmented body that we're going for with this midge pattern. So now we're going to trim off the ends and secure the butts. And create a nice tapered underbody. When we get back into the tie-in point, I'm going to throw in a half hitch and use my bobbin cradle in order to gain some room for wrapping the moose mane fibers. Grab the moose mane fibers and make touching wraps back up to the tie-in point. Pay attention and make touching wraps without any gaps or overwrapping the moose mane. You're also going to want to watch how much tension you use and stay away from the hook point, as they can both cause the fibers to break. Okay, we're going to secure off the moose mane fibers, swing the bobbin cradle out of the way, and then we're going to trim out the excess and cover the butt ends with a few more wraps. Next, we're going to use our UV resin to apply a small coating and spread it around evenly before hitting it with our UV light. This is going to help with the durability of the moose mane. Alright. For the paraloop, we're going to attach a small piece of 6X tippet. You can use tying thread or flexi floss or anything here. I just prefer the tippet since it's a small diameter and I can use my pinky finger to loop through it to keep tension. So we're going to tie in the tippet on top of the hook shank, and we're going to really secure these ends down before trimming out the excess. Next, take a slightly oversized grizzly hackle feather, strip the bottom stem clean, and then tie it into the base of the tippet. And trim out the excess of the stem. And then bring our thread back up to the tying point. I like to use my pinky to loop around the tippet to keep tension vertically while I wrap the hackle feather. Make 5 to 7 wraps up the paraloop or up the tippet, and you can move the tippet forward to check to see how much wraps you need to do. If you need to do more or less. I need to do a couple more here. By doing this paraloop technique versus a parachute, you can get way more hackle wraps in, which helps with the flotation of this fly. So now we're wrapping back down the paraloop, and I'm going to preen back all these fibers so I don't trap any. And we're going to secure the hackle feather and trim out any trap fibers along with the extras. Next, take some peacock herl and tie in 2 strands by the tips. Right at the base of the paraloop. And cut out the ends. For increased durability, you can twist the peacock herl around the thread and make 4 to 5 wraps forward to create a thorax. Unwind it, pull it down, and secure the ends. Next, preen the hackle backwards and pull the paraloop forward towards the eye of the hook, ensuring that the loop stays on top of the shank. To do this, you can put your thread over the paraloop and with tension pull the tippet and your thread down, and then secure the tippet, and then trim off the excess. Finish with the 3 to 5 turn whip finish. Oops. Trying not to trap any hackle fibers. clean this up by trimming any fibers that we do trap. Watch for dimples or subtle rises indicating fish are feeding on the emergers below the surface film. Use a greased leader to keep flies in the film, or consider a dry dropper setup. Be mindful of timing. Midge hatches commonly occur on overcast days, and winter fish are most active during the warmest parts. For increased durability, you can also add a drop of head cement to your whip finish. And use your fingernail to flick out any excess. And there you go, a moose mane midge emerger. All right, let's see how this fly floats. We got a glass with some water, and we're gonna do a float test. So this midge emerger rides low in the surface film by incorporating the clink hammer style hook. Also, that paraloop with all that hackle attached to the top of the shank allows it really to drop down. While winter fishing, focus in on the tailouts and slicks. Emerger activity often happens in the soft tailouts, and slow eddies are where cripples accumulate. Thanks for tuning into this week's fly tying adventure. I hope you enjoyed learning how to tie a moose mane midge emerger. This little pattern can be a game changer on the water during those winter midge hatches. We'd love to hear your success stories or any questions you have in the comments below. And if you found this video helpful, don't forget to like and subscribe for more fly tying tips and tricks. And remember, Root River Rod Co., where the only thing bigger than our selection is your next catch. If you enjoyed this content, please give it a thumbs up and hit that subscribe button for more fly tying tips and fishing adventures.